So I invite you to find that comfortable position where you are, sitting or reclining, whatever, but just to bring your attention to your body, to the weight of your body on the chair or wherever you are sitting or lying. It is helpful to sit with the spine as erect as you can during meditation, to align with the energies in your chakras, to allow the flow of breath, and to be more aware of this present moment. So I invite you to relax now, letting your shoulders relax, jaw muscles and the muscles around your eyes. And just allow a feeling of relaxation to flow over you from the top of your head all the way through and around your body. Be aware of how you are feeling in this moment. And then we use conscious breath to relax even more as we set aside any concerns. We breathe deeply into the belly, allowing the belly to expand as we breathe in, filling the belly and the chest with air, and then exhaling fully and completely. And then take 2 more deep breaths into the belly at your own pace. And then when you exhale with a sigh each time. And now allow the breath to find a natural rhythm, observing the breath, not directing it. Observing the movement of your body as you breathe. And now think about and imagine the truth that your body is a part of your energy field. Think about every cell, every part of your body vibrating with divine life essence. The powerful, vibrant energy that created all that is, and that is always present, as we are present within it, as it. Recognize that the energy that you are extends past the boundaries of the physical body. You are the aliveness of divinity. Tune in to the vibration of your aliveness. You may feel a tingling. You may feel a vibration. You may be aware of your energy field expanding as you become aware of the infinite potential that you are. Knowing that you are without limits. The divine is without limits, and therefore you, made in the image and likeness of the divine, are also unlimited. You exist beyond time and space. Connected with the One, a part of the One, an expression of the One. And standing in that knowing, We acknowledge that there is nothing in the outer that can disturb the peace and spiritual confidence of our awareness, that all that is in and of the world is temporary, and that the presence of the divine that you are is greater than any circumstance in your life or in the outer world. Within you is all that you need to be the full expression of divine love and wisdom, harmony, abundance, and joy. So I invite you to affirm silently to yourself or out loud if you would like. In this moment, I am at peace. All is well. For that which I am is greater than any challenge. I am the full expression of divine love and divine wisdom. I am light. I am love. I am peace. Now and always. I am light. I am love. I am peace. Hold the energy of those words for a few moments in the silence. And now I invite you to raise your hands with your palms extended outward and affirm to all people. We are light, we are love, we are peace. If there's anyone that you know that would be benefited by prayers, send it in their direction. And take another deep breath together. And so it is. Amen. Please bring your hands into Namaste and open your eyes to rejoin the group that you never left. I behold the Christ in you.
And we're on. I hope that everybody's doing good, managing the days and enjoying your presence. At this moment, I would like to ask you, how do you get into the present moment? And we're gonna stay with Irma.
Repeat that, please.
Yes. How do you get into the present moment?
When I get up in the morning and and a lot of just thoughts come into my mind, then I try to just focus on the task at hand, because I know that if I just ponder, it's like a wasted time. I find that more and more that it's much better that if I know I do the Course in Miracles, that I listen to my lesson of the day, and then I feel so much better. And then I also know, oh, what can I do? And I feel much more gratitude. I feel so grateful for the day, and so that gratefulness helps me carry through the day. Actually, I always come back to that. It's not that I'm always present of it, but I always come back much more quickly. And it's the gratitude. And the other thing is that when I think of a challenge, I found out from another person who was practicing that I make it a sacred challenge. So if something bothers me, it's sent from the divine, so to say, and I have to take it as a sacred task. And so my ego doesn't get in the way as fast, or it comes from a different angle, and that helps me as well.
Thank you. Diane, same question.
How I find myself to be in the moment is in the mornings. I like to get up and sit with the daily word and read it, and kind of find my time for meditation and finding focus. And I enjoy whatever message I get as far as from the daily word. That helps me to focus for that day, or to release, or to be centered.
Okay, thank you. Sherry.
For me, when I find myself getting non-present, I just stop and take some deep breaths and say, this is the moment, be in it. And it works for me.
Okay, thank you. Sarah.
So that's actually something I'm struggling with and need to really focus on more, is getting myself in the moment. I feel like, especially having a young child and all that goes along with that, it's so easy to get caught up in the must-dos and the this and the that's. And I feel safer there for some reason. It's easier to not be in the moment. But I notice when I'm with gratitude, and when I can just take a second, forget all of whatever is going on, and really get to the gratitude of how blessed I am, that helps me to be in the moment.
Okay, thank you. Penny.
Sam?
I have the same. Oh, did you?
Penny.
Oh, okay.
Penny.
I have the same. I'm kind of struggling with the same thing that Sarah is. I have so much trouble being in the present. I've made some decisions lately. I've always been pretty good at making decisions, but I've made several lately that just are not working out for me. So I just keep, going back to what am I doing wrong? So, but anyway, I read the daily word in the morning when I get up. And I guess if I can bring myself to the present, it's usually gratitude, trying to be happy for all the things that I have. And so that's about it.
Okay, thank you.
I shouldn't say
Sam.
all the things I have, and all the other things in life that bring me pleasure. Okay.
All right, thank you. Sam.
Hiya. Yeah, I frequently have that spinning, racing mind, and what works for me is deep breathing techniques, humming. Sometimes I'll put on the Om chant on YouTube and go with it, or try a meditation. And if my mind's too racy to meditate, then I'll pick out some type of a spiritual speaker to get some type of a message to focus on. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Donna?
I'm taking this question as, or my understanding of this question is, at the moment. So it happens all the time. I go in and out of the present moment all day long. What brings me into the present moment is I have to stop and I have to look around at my surroundings, and I kind of step back and become an observer. If I'm inside, I focus on, I guess the word is focus. I focus on things around me. Things like plants or books or looking out the window and seeing activity or nature. That makes me aware of the present moment.
Okay, is that for me?
Why
sorry,
not? Virginia and Maria, Angie are missing her at the moment. So why don't you?
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Hear you now. You can't
Oh.
see you.
Okay, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay. Hi, Martha.
Hi.
So, I was asking Reverend Virginia before everything went crazy. Did you answer me? Did
No,
you answer?
I did not hear your question to me because I noticed that you were frozen and I lost connection for a moment. We've been working with Spectrum on our website, on our internet connection, and they said everything is fine, so I'm sorry about that glitch. For me, it's noticing when I'm not at peace first, and then, like many of you, I take a deep breath, bring my attention inward, and use an affirmation or just align myself with that awareness of the presence, because I like to start my day that way, end my day with it. And anytime I'm feeling not at peace, I tune in inside and acknowledge that whatever is going on in that moment, whatever my thoughts or feelings are not my truth, and remember myself as part of the oneness. So that helps me to shift.
Okay. What makes you peaceful, Virginia?
Meditation, deep breathing, nature, singing, toning, laughing.
Thank you. Cherry, what makes you peaceful?
What is that? Somebody's volume is on. I don't know who's got it on. What makes me peaceful is being at home, being at one, and being with my animals. And when the committee starts, knowing that my truth is not what the less than positive thoughts are.
Thank you. Martha, what makes you peaceful?
Oh, all right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
What makes me peaceful is accepting that things are as they are, and even when it's hard, that I finding the lesson, finding the meaning, and that it is supposed to just be as is, and things that I do to feel peaceful or to feel getting in nature, dancing.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start now. So what I talked to you last week was up from the book Letting Go, The Pathway to Surrender by David R. Hawkins. So I reduced the book to 2.5 pages. So I'm gonna give you the key in that book. Okay, Letting Go tool. So it's a repeat thing that I'm going to be doing with you in this, even though it's only 2.5 pages, because it is that simple. Okay, so how do you do the letting go technique by David Hawkins? How to let go of any emotion, no matter what it is. You will instantly be able to let go, and you know why. If something isn't working or you feel confused, you will know why that is. Letting go involves being with a feeling and allowing the feeling to be there without resisting it. So we have 2 steps, only 2 steps. Okay. We have been with a feeling, and we have allowed a feeling to be there without resisting it. So step 1 is being with a feeling and what this means. So I'm going to pretend that I have to guide you through everything, so we'll be on the same page, step by step. So step 1 being with a feeling and what this means. You put your attention on the feeling, so when an emotion comes up, instead of putting your attention on thoughts or putting your attention on the world or what's around you, put your attention on the feeling. So what does attention mean? Attention just means, in this case, what you're looking at. So if you're having a painful feeling in your stomach or a tightening, it means that you put your attention on the feeling in your stomach. So start watching the feeling in your stomach. That's step 1. Step 2 is being with a feeling and allowing it without resisting it. And this kind of abstract also needs an explanation. How do you not resist something? Well, to explain this, we'll ask what resistance is. And resistance is tensing up, and in terms of a painful feeling, what resistance means? It means that you'll notice that when you have a painful feeling, you want to get rid of it immediately. So you want to just exit and suppress it or put it aside and escape from it. Just get rid of it, and your body will tense up around it. And tense gut means kind of closing around it, tensing the muscles where you feel the feeling. So to do the opposite of tensing up, the opposite is allowing, by relaxing and releasing. And to relax and release, what does that mean? It just means that with your attention on the emotion, you relax your body, relax your shoulders, relax the area of your body where you feel the feeling. So right now, if you have a feeling that you want to let go of, first step, put your awareness on the feeling. Second step, while you're feeling it, so while your attention is watching this feeling, you are relaxing internally. And this just means you wonder how to relax. Just relax your shoulder, drop your shoulders and relax any tension in your body. Relax any tension in the area where you feel the emotion, specifically there. And if breathing helps you, please do so. There's so many ways to relax a body. The way some people get stuck is either one of two things. They will start thinking about the feeling. So, you're concentrating on the feeling. You're not supposed to concentrate on, oh, I have a feeling, and start thinking about it. Just be observing and be in the awareness of what your body is feeling. The second you notice you're thinking about a feeling, just put your attention back on where that emotion is. Don't worry about the thoughts about it. Remember that comes from the analytical mind that is trying to find the justification. Allow the feeling to be there. Don't worry about it. Just worry about the feeling, and that, if you're gonna worry, and that, and what this means. Instead of focusing on your thoughts, put your attention on the area of your body where you feel the emotion, and then become aware of, like Dana was saying, of your surroundings. And in this case, what is calling your attention is the feeling. It's very important that you learn to be aware. This is where your sixth sense comes in. The moment that you come into the now moment, you're because you're more aware, you have expanded your awareness, your perception, your so you start getting more receptivity in your in your intuition, and in the way that you start perceiving that present to you. Um, this is one of the reasons why being present or being in the now is important, especially with people on the fifth dimension. We are being trained to become more and more aware, not because we are better than anybody, because anybody can do what I'm teaching you if they are guided correctly and if they want to do it. Okay, but not everybody wants to be present at every moment. Because then the fun stops. You don't have to justify, or you don't have to judge anybody, and nobody's guilty, and nobody's in any suffering or things that you can, that your ego can grab a hold of and tell you that, things that seem to be juicy, for the ego. So that is why it's so important to be present. So once again, the way some people get stuck is either one of the things, thinking about the feeling instead of feeling. You ignore the thoughts, all of them. They're there and they're going to be fluctuating and doing whatever, but your attention, it's on the feeling. Learn to be with your thoughts while your attention is on your feeling. You're not paying attention to the thought. The thought can be going on and do whatever it wants to do. Your attention will not be on the thought. Do not pay attention to the thought. You can think all you want to, but do not put your attention there. Your focus is strictly on the feeling. So don't worry about the thoughts about it. Just worry about the feeling. And what this means, instead of focusing on your thoughts, put your attention on the area in your body where you feel the emotion, and then relax. Another way people get stuck is they think, well, I started letting go, but the emotion doesn't go away. Letting go does not mean the emotion goes away. Let me repeat that. Letting go doesn't mean the emotion goes away. Letting go means that while the emotion is there, you are not resisting it. So if you have a feeling that comes up and you relax, and let's say 5 minutes go by, and the feeling's still there, it doesn't mean you're not letting go. It doesn't mean you haven't let it go, or that you have done something wrong. Letting go means that you stay with the feeling until it runs out. This means you stay with it and you relax for 2 minutes and still there. It might mean that you stay with the feeling and relax, and it's been a day and it's been still there. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You just learn to relax and allow what has been in your system for so long until it is gone. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You just relax and stay with it. So let's take an example. You go about your day and someone says something that bothers you. And they say it and it bothers you because that's a painful feeling. You're reactive. Okay, so we want to let it go because we want to bury it. We want to escape from it and we want to deny it. This doesn't bother me, and then you start tensing up. The moment you start tensing up, is your body's talking to you right there. I am not happy about this. This is something that you always stuff into me, and can you please just let it be what it is? Go ahead and feel that, and don't be afraid of the feeling. The problem with us is that we're afraid of being hurt by a feeling. That's the problem. Why do we do this? Because we're afraid to get hurt. Okay, so is it that important? It's just a feeling, and you are not your feelings. Okay. So once again, somebody said something that upset you or didn't say anything, or they didn't call you, or you didn't pick up something from the store or whatever. And somebody takes it and runs with it because judgment came in and had to justify why things didn't happen a specific way. What happened to my script? Here you go. Okay. So instead of doing that, focus goes on to where in your body we feel the emotion. That's step 2. And step 2 is to relax. So while our attention is watching this emotion, we relax our shoulders and we relax our stomach, because these are the 2 parts where we hold most of the stuff, here and in our solar plexus, because that's our will. And we're being willful that we will not feel this, we will suppress this, we will not allow this. And that's why the gut is always the one tensing up the majority of the part. So another part that gets a lot of times trapped because of this blockage, because we want to stuff it, is our 5th chakra, our voice chakra, our communications chakra. So what happens? Oh, I have a cold, or I have sinuses, or I have, or my throat is sore, or whatever, but it has something to do with your throat. It has something to do with your gut, and it has something to do with your heart. The 3 parts that mostly get affected by this. So while our attention is watching this emotion, like I said, we relax our shoulders and the stomach. We relax the area in our chest so we feel tension. No matter where you feel the emotion, just relax. It's not going to hurt you. It's a feeling. We're afraid of feelings. Can you believe that? This is what this narrows down to. We're afraid to feel. So feel tension no matter where you feel the emotion. Just relax the area of your body where you feel this tension. And that's it. Just do that until the emotion goes away. So anyway, that's my resume from, my little part on what that book was about and the main message. 2.5 pages. Okay. But that is the message. So before I go any further else, I want to hear messages because I'm not hear messages. I, I want you to ask questions because I'm going to go next on the moment what I asked you, what the question was about. So okay.
Sarah has her hand up.
I know. Hold on a second. I clicked something wrong and I got rid of everybody. Okay.
Are we
Sarah? Yes, Sarah.
Do you have any tools to help with not with ignoring the thoughts and to try and clear your mind in that way?
Yes, intentionally focus your attention on something you like.
Okay.
Or
Like in the
start like this,
room?
you know, or do this, okay? There's several things. And another one is count by threes, but backwards from 500. Start counting. You're gonna start counting from 500, then 497, and so on, going backwards. Your mind won't have time to think about anything else. That's a way to stop something. Or go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And it works better if you put your fingers to it. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Okay, so you're on purpose, and your focus is going into breaking the cycle of having a thought over and over and over in your head. And if you then once your mind calms down, then get a song that you really like, you know, either to dance or to because it's a beautiful song, because it's inspirational, or because it's romantic, or whatever that you like, and put it on and start playing music you like and start singing, and that will lift you up. It will lift
Okay.
you up because you have no other thing aggravating your mind. So that's some ways to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm giving everybody an opportunity to ask questions. And I feel that, yes, it is a simple message, but there's the idea that that you can, like Sarah was saying, how do I let go of the thought? You ignore it or you overcome it. I'm not talking about doing that when you're doing the attention or focusing, because when you're doing that, you're already focusing on something. And your whole awareness has to do with the feelings of what's going on in your body. Your body's talking. Your body needs to feel that to let go of it. So anyway, Martha, you haven't been with us in the past few weeks. How? Any questions?
Well, I guess the only thing that I'm thinking about right now is when you said that to play music. I was wondering, how do you make sure that you're not just distracting from the feeling? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not. Okay, I was answering her question, Sarah's question on how do you stop the thought process. But I'm not talking about the same thing when I'm talking about releasing and relaxing and
Oh,
focusing on the feeling. The idea that you're focusing entirely on what you're feeling in your body, no matter what your mind is thinking. Your mind can think, but
yeah.
your attention is on the body exclusively. And every once in a while, you're gonna get what? And then you come back, right? And
Okay.
think about, okay, on this part of the body, on this, and I feel an expansion, I feel a contraction, I feel, you know, you don't have to judge all that, but be aware of the feeling. You don't have to explain yourself, okay, I feel this and I feel that, only become aware of what is there. Like you don't have to explain why, you're sitting on a couch or on a chair or whatever, because it's just what's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I really,
awareness.
mm,
Are you really what?
I really got affected this week. By, yeah, I really affected, with my daughter being, with her dad right now, and just the way her dad reacted towards me. Um, it kind of, it shut down. It made me really. It's funny that you're guiding us to this, because I really got very affected. I couldn't sleep, and it kind of shut me down from him, and I got very concerned about my daughter. And it's been a few days, and I'm starting to understand it differently now, but it definitely affected me. Like I wasn't, yeah, it really affected me in a bad way.
Okay, why did you allow yourself to feel that way?
Oh, yeah, I know. Interesting. It's just like
This is
he,
not about them. This is about you. You own
yeah,
that.
yeah, I
That your
know.
feelings, you own them. So tell me why you will allow that. Why do
It's,
you want to
yeah, I
feel that
know.
way?
It's kind of like we went back. We went back. I felt like I trusted him now, and I thought he had changed, and I
Okay,
guess,
but you're still focusing on him.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want you to bring that back to you. Back to you. It's not him. It's you. You're the one dealing with this, not him. So once again, I'm just gonna ask you, you don't have to answer me. Think about why you want to feel this way. Is it a habit that this is the way you respond to things, that this is the way you have always done in the past, that the blame game, that
Well,
he did, that she did, that I did, that it doesn't matter. It's your judgment. It is your, it's you. It's about you. And that's the tough part, because everybody goes, yeah, but this person is doing this. Yes, but that person is doing that. But he's causing this or he's causing that. Why are you allowing yourself to remain in a space where that affects you? I'm not talking not seeing him. I'm talking about dealing with the feeling.
well, I have to really let go, because it wasn't only what he said, which was an attack on me as a mother, and undermining of everything of me as a mother. But
Okay, that doesn't
also,
matter.
but it's also because he's with her. He's not following through on any of the things I was doing for her, and he's undoing and doing his own thing. And so I feel like everything that I've been doing with such care and thoroughness for my daughter is being thrown out the window. And so I guess I have to let go
Okay, can I say
of it
something?
all. Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
let go of the control. You cannot control anyone, including your daughter, no matter what or how many things. If you spent 100 years making sure that this was a safe path or that this was the way that she should go or whatever, you really do not have any control. Remember the time you went in the river with the floats and you were floating and then she got left behind? No control, but everything was right there. I mean, everything flowed according to the divine plan. You need to trust
Yeah.
that no matter what happens to her, it's going to be, she's still being protected, that you are okay. And you need to trust that sometimes things are going to happen that you won't like. Okay? But remember always that this is you. How you feel, how you react, and why are you hurt?
Yeah. One thing I realized is that I just wanted to be supported. I just wanted to be supported on what I was doing.
Okay, can you support yourself emotionally? Can
Mhm.
you affirm to yourself? Can you sing to yourself? Can you say, okay, you know, I love myself the way I am. There's nothing you can say or do. You know, I am beautiful, I am wonderful, I am, you need to affirm things that are life-giving, affirm things that are joyful and beautiful, and things that are there for you. That is means supporting you. You sing to yourself, you affirm life, you affirm goodness, you know, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are beautiful and true, thinking those things. And I leave you with that.
Thank you.
Okay? Uh-huh. So, can you mute yourself? Thank you. Yes, Sarah.
I think something you said there kind of hit me about trusting, that just trusting the whole process, trusting the universe and the divine plan. And I think that that's the crutch of like letting go, is that we all don't, have that unconditional trust. Because if we did, then we wouldn't be afraid of our feelings. We wouldn't be afraid of anything because we'd have that trust there. So I feel like that's really the crux of like letting go, is if we could find that unconditional trust and things are the way they should be and not wanting to control it out of fear or out of this or that. So do you can you speak to that trust a little bit more?
Okay, one of the biggest challenges in letting go, aside from being afraid of fear, the feeling of fear, because a fear is only a ghost there, and that is telling you to react in this way that you're not safe. It's a feeling. So every time that we suppress a feeling, we don't feel safe. Somebody attacks you, you don't feel safe. Somebody says something wrong to you, you don't feel safe. Where is your strength? How do you pull yourself out of being a victim to being in power?
Is that rhetorical?
I
Are you
explained.
asking? Are you asking me?
Yes. Uh-huh.
um, I think by knowing our oneness and being and connected with the higher part of ourselves, we realize that that's all that we need and that we find our power within ourselves.
Okay, but now think about this. You're having these thoughts and or somebody attacked you, or somebody did something and you felt dismissed, or somebody ignored you, or somebody did something, and it's not them, it's you. What? Because you're the one feeling that, you know. let's say your husband did something and forgot something or whatever, went to the store and forgot the milk. I mean, anything like that. Weren't you listening to me? The fear is you're not paying attention to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not asking you to analyze. I'm telling you that drop. When I say drop, I mean surrender to whatever happened. Let it be okay. And that is uh, a step into trust. But trust requires more than there's belief, there's trust, and there's knowing.
Hmm.
When you start on the fifth dimension, you start into the knowing. Who am I? I'm not this victim here. And you start reasoning that and put you back into where, because it is your mind that put you there. Just go ahead, since you're using the mind anyway. Just become aware that you can't start affirming your strengths. When something makes you feel insecure, think of your strengths. I am valuable. I am courageous. I am a good mother. I am very intelligent. I am beautiful. Whatever it is, whatever brings you value. Okay. In your terms, not in somebody else's terms. So when you do that, you allow yourself not only the ability to come up, but also the ability to let go of feeling unvalued or unwanted. There's always a fear of lack. And what you're
Mm-hmm.
addressing with that, with what you're asking me, is a fear of lack. Okay, it's a lack. You're afraid that something's going to be missing. Actually, all of the feelings of that the ego defense is because of a sense of lack, not just you, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So every time that we feel less than, we are in fear. So which puts you into a sense of lack. So what do you do? What do you do to bring yourself back up? If you can answer that, and with a few of the things that I already told you, like dancing and meditating and doing the affirmations of the truth of who you are, and walk in them, and then see yourself in that space. You know, see yourself already there. See yourself already being manifested, since you're in the fifth dimension. See, it's already done. I'm already there. Bonnie used to do. I know you know Bonnie. So Bonnie used to say, "I'm a non-smoker," and is huffing and puffing, and in the church and huff, outside the church, while we were on fellowship, and she says, "I'm a non-smoker," and she's blowing smoke all over the place. And then one day I said, "Well, what are you doing?" She says, "I'm gonna walk into that." And she probably about a month later walked right into it. There was no effort. There was nothing. I mean, she just walked right into it. And there was no drugs that I'm gonna take this or I'm gonna take that. She just intended. And she kept on affirming, and that she wouldn't have any side effects or anything like that, and she didn't. So part of that has to do with what do you want, where do you want to be, what's scaring you, because really what you really want to do is find out what's scaring you, because if you know what's scaring you, then you can find whether that's true or not. And I guarantee you it is not true, because you're not, because you're in a reactive mode. When we're in fear, we are reactive. It's the only time we are reactive. I went to study, part of my life was studying Scientology. Scientology also, they have this machine, it's called the anagram. And what that machine does, it allows you to tell you which are the areas in your life that you need to work on. And one of the things was that it always responded to was your reactions to things. It was just electrodes put into your fingertips. And I learned then what it was to be reactive and what it was to be in the now. I learned through them years ago how to come into the now. And it had to be done step by step by step by step. They actually over exaggerated the thing, but that's another story. You need to learn what it is that's scaring you when you become when you have a thought that you want to get rid of, because what is the thought telling you? What are you afraid of in that thought? Does that make sense? What makes you feel less in that thought? What makes you have a sense of lack with that thought? And if you can answer that and see if it's true, number one, and number two is, if it's not, then what is your truth about that? And that's how you get out of that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anyone else? Penny? Are you okay, hon?
I just, I guess the only thing is I have a little trouble wrapping my mind around some of this, because you're kind of saying trust, let go of control and trust. And I just don't know how we can function in our world today. Because we have to make decisions. We have to do our daily routine if we want to get things, I mean, if we have to continue living. So, or if we want to continue living. So I'm a little confused about how I can just let go of control and like say, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about this anymore. I'm just going to trust that everything will be fine. But sometimes you have to do something. I mean, sometimes you really have to take action.
But do you have to worry? I mean, what does worry do for you?
Well,
what is your value in worrying? Well, you have to have a value because you're using it. So I want to know what is valuable in your worry.
Well, it's not so much the worry though. It's more the having to take control. I mean, sometimes you have to take control.
Having to deal with it.
You have to deal with things.
We are geared to deal with things and with situations.
Yeah.
The problem comes that we become afraid of dealing with issues or situations or events. And we're more afraid of what's going to happen or how you're going to handle it or how you're going to do. But if you let things be, they will resolve themselves. And I know that it seems easier said than done, but it really is once you drop it. Once you say, you know what, this is not mine. This is not my issue. This is not my problem. I thought it was, but it's not. And I'm allowing myself to feel this way when I don't have to. And the fear is only a feeling. The worry is only a feeling. All of what you're afraid of are feelings.
Okay, can I give an example?
The feelings come from a sense of lack. Go ahead, Penny. What?
Okay, I'd like to give an example, and I'm not going to tell the full example, just kind of a little brief overview.
Okay.
I made a purchase, and afterwards I regretted it, but then I kind of am stuck in this purchase because it was one of these kind of things where you sign on the dotted line. Okay. And so I was awake all last night thinking about it.
Okay.
So I know it's fear, but so how do I, since I don't really want this particular, I don't think I really want what I purchased. How do now what do I do? I just say, okay, never mind. I'll just take it anyway, or I mean, that's
okay.
where
Is there a reason why you cannot return it?
yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, then you go through the process of doing what you can do. Once you get to the part that you cannot do anything else, then drop it. This is not mine. Universe, you're gonna have to put your 2 cents in.
And eat it, right? Kind of like say, well, I can't do anything about it, so I'm just gonna have to eat it because I screwed up.
Okay, then
Yeah.
what I usually do, and this is my own thing, okay? I believe in seeding money, meaning, okay, I'm gonna seed that money, meaning that I expect a harvest. Because, okay, I got this, I'm going to enjoy it, see what I can do with it, or you can put it up for sale or whatever it is, and then you're gonna say, this is a seed. I'm claiming this to be a seed money, and I'm expecting the harvest. Usually when you do that, you receive what you have plus multiplied either 30%, 60%, or 100%, depending on your attitude. Okay, so remember that you're only dealing with feelings, and they're just funny. They're not real. They're not you. You're more powerful than that. Okay, you have created universes. So and we're worried about something we bought, and I'm not trying to make less of it, and I'm trying to say it is doable. You can deal with it. Know that you can deal with it. Know that you can benefit from it, and know that if you seed it, you can get money. You can get a harvest on it if you claim it as that. But this is what I do. I don't know in which ways you deal with money, but that's what I do with money. When I go out to eat, it's not just going out to eat. I am, in my mind, I am giving a job to the people, the delivery people, and all the people, and all the people that brought in all the fruits and vegetables and meats, and then I gave a job to the waitress or the waiter, and the restaurant is open because I am, I am a client, so I don't see things just as simple as a transaction. I see the whole thing.
Oh, I'm just saying, every time I look at
make your mind abundant. What I'm trying to say is,
I'm not worried about I'm not so worried about the abundance. I'm not worried about the money. Well, I am, but I mean, I'm more worried about saying, why in the world did I buy this? I don't like it, but I can't take it back. And I'm just saying, I don't like, every time I look at it, I go, I don't like it. Why did I buy that? And then like I have it as a reminder that I made a dumb mistake. I mean, I made a dumb decision.
Why is it a mistake?
Because I probably won't like it. I mean, I don't think I like it.
No, I mean, why is it a mistake?
Because I don't think I'll like it.
Okay, so you made a choice, and you learned that you don't like certain things.
I learned the hard way, I guess.
Or that you don't want it, or maybe you feel pressure, or whatever the issue, be happy about it. I'm asking you to be happy. I'm not asking you just to drop it. I'm asking you to be happy.
I know. I tried to do that last night. I really did try to do that last night. And
I just go, okay, I am powerful. I can manifest anything. I can do things and undo things.
Okay.
I am that powerful, which you are. And realize what power you have. If you have the power to buy this, or buy something else or something else, you have that power. You understand? You
Mhm.
have the power.
Okay.
If anything else, this will teach you that you're powerful,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
you make a decision and you can do it because you can buy it. A lot of people cannot do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you are not only should be happy, but you should also be grateful.
Hmm.
Think about your abundance.
Hmm.
Think about where you're at. And yes, I mean, this thing maybe came into your life so you know how much you have
Mm.
rather than a lack of, oh, I lost. No, you didn't lose. You're powerful. You're not pitiful. You're powerful. Got it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Virginia.
And I just want to add, because I've just gone through this for a few months myself, but also you do have steps you can take, and part of your power is to imagine this being returned and give it your best effort to do that, but let go of the guilt about I made this decision and I think it was wrong.
Okay.
Irma had her hand up earlier.
I know. Sam, also Sam. Sam first and then Irma. Sam, you had
Yes.
your hand up.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Okay. Thank you.
You're
Irma,
welcome.
you're next.
Yeah, I wanted to say something, what Sarah was mentioning with the divine. I think that that is a very, very important point that she made there, because we are definitely limited in our ability to see behind all what we see. So we don't always know what's good, what's bad. Which goes for anything. So if we trust that, and we give all the and yeah, if we trust in the divine that it was a good decision, or that it was good, or just give that whole matter into the hands of the divine, to make it work. So to me, that's how lately I deal with that. I just give it to the divine, and it helps me to say a prayer, like what you were saying with sing or dance or something. But it helps me to feel better when I pray. So I give it to the divine, and I also am very much aware that we not only have limited beliefs that are in our subconscious and that are, steering all of that. And it could be, or all the beliefs. I mean, Hawkins was talking about that as well. When he was struck with a lot of grief one time, he was writing in his book that it took him 11 days to overcome that feeling. He was working on it day and night. He went into seclusion and was, trying to get over it. So I think some things are so deep that it takes a long time, and we have to go back again, maybe at another time, if we cannot figure it all out. But I mean, what you were saying, that we, in the meantime, reinforce ourselves with positivity, and that we are, that this is one way of seeing it. So that just only came to me.
Okay. What I want to say is that I do believe that whatever helps you, whether it's meditation or praying or however you release things to the divine or the source or whatever your name is for. But I also want to remind you that, did you put the robot in action? Did you take those feelings out? Did you take the charge out? The charge is, you can get rid of this part over here. and the one in the gut and the one over there, but the one that has the charge is the one that really needs to go. So that one, and then that's the one that after you do that, then you do the observation, and then you go, okay. It's like doing that, except you're doing it manually and you're doing the physicality of it.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to say one more thing, and you mentioned that in another, that you would, I think the EFT, the emotional freedom technique, is also something that helps instantaneously to get rid of, you know, of some of
Yeah,
those.
that's what I was trying to tell Sarah without saying what it was. With the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, F of McDonald, all of that goes with emotional freedom technique, which is another type of therapy, commonly known as tapping. Okay, moving on. I'm going to talk very briefly about now moments. Just a quick tool to get you through your now moments. One of the most beneficial tools that I use in every now moment is being the observer, observing myself, observing my thoughts, observing my beliefs, observing my behaviors, observing my emotions, observing how I interact. I am constantly the observer of my humanness. Instead of being the emotion or being the thought or being the behavior or being the interaction in a relationship or whatever that is, I'm always observing. And when you start practicing this all the time in every now, practicing being the observer of your human experience, you free yourself from the matrix, you free yourself from victimhood, you free yourself from this idea that you don't have choices or that you're stuck with something. You're too powerful for that. You free yourself into a present moment state. So you start to move into more of a present moment, flow, surrender, acceptance, because you are no longer attached. You're no longer shackled to what you're experiencing a lot of times. The reason we suffer, one, we are being human. When being human is because we don't like what we're experiencing, and we associate ourselves as that we are experiencing. As soon as you become the observer, you're like, oh, I am now doing this. I am now feeling this. I am now thinking this. I am now behaving like this. You literally unshackle. You become free. You don't suffer anymore. You realize that everything that is coming up in your now moment is always for your highest good. And when you observe it with that attachment, there is no judgment to it. And you are in flow. You're literally just moving through every now moment. So pay attention and watch how often you observe and the way you are, the way you're being an observer. This is how I started. I will literally say to myself, okay, I am now getting up from my bed. I am now grabbing a coffee. I am now eating this. I am now feeling this. I am now thinking this. I am now talking to so and so on the phone. I am now watching Netflix. I had to do that over and over and over again until eventually it became natural. Now I'm always naturally watching myself be the human. And it's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer. It's 5D consciousness, is how we're designed to be. So practice if it resonates with you. Practice engaging with people. Look at how I'm feeling. The other great thing about becoming the observer is that you start to really realize your own resonance. Okay, so now you know, you're more aware of how you resonate. You start to become more sovereign, You realize, oh, this doesn't feel good. Oh, look at how I'm feeling when I'm talking to this person. Oh my God, look at what it feels like when I walk into this room. Oh, or into the store. Look at what it feels like when I start watching this video or this YouTube thing. When I start reading this person's post, becoming the observer allows you to feel your frequency, because now you start resonating to, I feel this way. You start resonating to, oh, this is not okay with me. Oh, my body's telling me that there's tension here, that there's a problem, that not a problem, but what I need to look at to let it go. Oh, that's your resonance telling you. That's your body speaking to you. When you're attached to being the human, then you blame everything or someone else. They made me feel this way. I watched this video and they made me feel this way, that way. This made me feel this way. No, 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 no. You are the human. You're choosing to engage. And when you choose to engage, what does your physical body do with that interaction? Do you know? Nobody's doing anything to you, no one. You always have free will. You will always have choices. Observe, observe, and observe, because observing will change your entire life. If you become the observer, if you stay with it. We usually, people usually start observing, but they're observing only when they feel uncomfortable, because we're learning that. But I'm telling you right now that it works a lot faster and a lot better when you see it at all times. I was telling you, when I was in Scientology, I was taken by the hand, and somebody will go to the door and says, "Do you see this? What is this?" I says, "This is the door. Touch the door. Can you touch it?" And I will say, "Well, it is a door. Yeah, it is a door. Touch the door. And this is a knob. Can you feel the knob?" Yes, I'm feeling the knob, and I'm feeling, the bed, and I'm feeling whatever it is when I want to become present. When I want to go to sleep and I'm done for the day, this is my bed. This is what this is for. And I'm ready. This is my pajamas, and I'm ready for the now moment to go to sleep. Most of the time I forget to do that. But it's the knowledge is there. What I need to do is there. Do I always practice it? No, but it's there. Learn to be with what's around you. Don't jump somewhere else, escaping it. There's safety where you're at, right there, right now, sitting. You are safe. You are safe right here, right now. It is time for you to enjoy your safety. Just, if you have problems with fear, I will say, I am safe. I am safety. I am the safety I seek. So I have my safety. I am safe. I have been safe, and I will continue to be safe no matter what, because the universe is behind me. Because if I let go, the whole universe comes and surrounds me and works in my favor. And that is the truth. When you drop it, when you surrender, the whole universe comes to your aid immediately. Yes, Sherry.
When do you address it?
When do you address what?
The situation that you're in that needs to be spoken about.
Does it really need to be spoken about?
If it's abusive or if it's a constant thing and that you've looked at it and it's not you, but this person's behavior towards you is not acceptable,
Okay, then I will say to
pull it
you,
off and just leave that person alone, or
no, you find out why that's upsetting you. What is that person, unless that person is physically harming you? Either you continue with the relationship if you want to be in that space, or if the person that this is happening with, if you want to have a conversation or want to continue the relationship, or you disassociate.
okay.
And that is but I mean, I would say look at you first, like I was telling Martha and everybody else. And regardless of what it looks like, we always look at ourselves. When something's happening out there, somebody's saying you or whatever, I said, okay, what do I address me. I have to be responsible to me. So I will ask you, um, as an adult, as an awakened being, if you want to live in peace or live in pieces. Um, that that is a choice, and you need to really. Why are you afraid of speaking? Since when are you afraid of speaking, and why are you afraid of speaking?
Um, because I've already looked at my part and I know what my part is, and I already know how it affects me, and I'm not willing to put up with it anymore. Even though I
Okay.
love this person unconditionally, their treatment of me in certain times and aspects are not acceptable to me.
Okay, I understand that.
And the
And
reason
have
I'm
you?
afraid to speak my truth is because I'll be told somehow it'll be twisted around that I'm wrong. And they won't take
Okay, you're
responsibility for
already
their actions.
projecting. I mean, what you're doing right this second is you're projecting. You're already having what is gonna happen, how it's gonna happen. Um, somebody's abusive towards you. Find out why. Why you're attracting that. I'm not asking you to judge the other person. I'm asking you to why you're attracting that. What part of you is attracting abuse?
Wow.
And
So I'm
I'm
the only
sorry.
one with issues. Like when this person attacks me or says something ugly, they're doing it on purpose. And okay, I don't understand.
I mean, I hear you and I understand you, really. I do. I'm going to ask you what part of you is attracting that? What part of you is not willing to let go of whatever it is that is the core? You need to find out what it is, because that's the core issue
Because I
in your
don't
life,
speak to myself.
because you need to be truthful to you and demonstrate that truth outwardly to be able to be who you are. You're allowed to be who you are without judgment. Somebody cannot give you that, then I would say withdraw
Okay.
and don't look to go back to that. Because if you go back to that, it's a continuous, you're putting yourself in the same, it's like saying, a Scorpio, there's a Scorpion here, come here, oh, I'm a good person, it won't bite me. It's a scorpion. It's the nature of the scorpion to bite. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay, so knowing that, Do you want to put your hand out?
You know, when the
Truly?
person doesn't bite you 99% of the time, and then that 1%, it's a little confusing.
Well, what do you want to happen? It depends on what you want to happen.
Just to be treated with respect and not belittled for my feelings, my thoughts, whatever.
Okay. Can you give yourself your value, who you are?
Right, and that's why I feel like I need to speak my truth.
You do. Therefore, you need to do what your self is telling you to do.
Okay.
Make sense? Okay. All right. Where were we? Okay. So I would like Virginia to say something about that. Contribute to the
Thank you for the invitation. There were several things I was thinking about.
I thought so. That's how come I saw the wheels turning over
Wheels
there.
turning, yes. You're very tuned in.
I have to be.
I want to go back to something that Penny said about what am I supposed to do in the midst of whatever. And I don't want you to overlook that Angie said, take the steps you can take on the physical level, and then, then trust. And also to send love to everyone involved, including yourself. And then you will know what to do and how to deal with it. And then Sherry, when I heard the words that you want to be respected, and Angie said, then speak that truth. Speak it first to yourself. And for whatever past events are being triggered by what's going on with this person, you need to be at peace about that. That whatever happened in the past, you are not guilty of it, for it. That we choose difficult situations to become more aware and stronger and more loving and more understanding. And respect yourself. Love and accept yourself. And that will reduce the allowing of someone else to abuse you.
Thank you, Virginia. The hardest part on doing things like that is taking responsibility for how we feel. And when I feel devalued, I go back into my truth. Who am I? What am I? What are my strengths? What is this? Very seldom do I feel devalued because I won't allow that. But I feel that when that happens, I have to really take responsibility, because if I feel injured in any way, shape, or form, nobody can do that to me but me. I'm resonating to somebody else's vibration because I'm looking out, not looking within me. And that is very hard to do, to really say, okay, but this person really treated me this way. Okay, and it really happened, and blah, blah, blah. At that point, what in me is attracting that? I'm carrying a vibration of abuse. I'm carrying a vibration of, a lack of respect, or being valued, or lack of confidence, or I want to be present, I want acknowledged, I want to be free, and I want you to tell me that you love me. I don't only want that, I also want the people to tell me you love me, okay? I love you all. But I'm just saying what the hardest part is for me is looking back at me. Why am I attracting this specifically? So I don't know. Yes, Irma.
Um, it's I think yeah, I totally agree. You have to reflect on yourself, but it's the other thing is that you can only become hurt if you are buying what the other person is saying. I mean, if somebody says something to me and I don't value that opinion, or it's just so damn so ignorant that it just goes by. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry, why is that person thinking that? So that other person has a problem. It's not that I have that problem, it's the other person who has that problem if they are attacking me. It's not necessarily that I am the reason for it, but if I buy into it, then it resonates with me. That means that I do have to look into myself. Why does it resonate with me? Yeah.
What in me is putting that vibe out that attracts this? And and I know that that's the hardest part to do. That is the hardest part to do. And when that happens, I don't want to look at it. And I don't want to look at it because I want to have the blame part. And so we're playing the guilt with the avoidance, the fear of being uncomfortable, and we become very reactive. So instead of going through all of that, I'd rather look at me than having all that, the guilt and the fear and the avoidance and the escapism and being reactive. It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain, and it's not worth the so because it's not worth the pain, I have to look at me to get it out of me. The outside world will still resonate to me, so I will know the moment that doesn't happen anymore. But in the meantime, I'm still looking, and I'm still, I don't want to look, but I have to. If I'm attracting on becoming things that I don't want in my life, I really need to really look as to where this is coming from, because the first thing that introduces you to anybody around you, no matter who it is your vibration. And your vibration is telling you, I am this person, and these are my fears, and this is my reactive part, and this is that. The first thing that, if anybody's aware, the moment that you walk into somebody's area, that person is not consciously, but they are picking up on you. And they're saying, okay, oh, you need to look at this. Pink, meet. And they throw things at you because not everybody will interact with you, but the people that do will bring that part out of you. And it could be your family members. Most usually, that's what happens to me. That's where I get hurt. Okay, that's when my family says something to me. And it's like, okay, we're very competitive. Uh, my family always prides themselves on knowledge of anything and everything. I don't have that. Uh, I have my own fields of knowledge. Some other family have other fields of knowledge, and everybody's trying to outdo the other. So when I'm being spoken to, and you know, oh, is that all you're doing? Oh, is that, are you still studying? What are you doing? Well, uh, I'm not doing much, but you know, I'm here. It goes back to my childhood. I'm still looking at that, and that has a lot to do with me, and that creates a feeling of less. I I think my family is the last piece that I have to cut off. Uh, and it has to be done because I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing it because it's not necessary. Uh, so that's you know, I have lately been kind of like people are projecting all over the place towards me, including my family. And I've been seeing some of my friends from another place, and there's been a lot of. I even forgot birthdays, and I did all kinds of things. So all that is. I'm hearing an echo. Okay. Um, so all that is still very fresh for me. So, like I said, I have to look at me, not them. And then I decide what I want to happen because it is up to me. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to me. What do I want to happen? And that's all I will concentrate on. And this is what I'm presently working on. So I hope this helped anybody out there because that's what I do and that's what I did and this is where I'm at. And that all is all true. So once again, avoidance, guilt, fear of pain, fear of feeling uncomfortable, reactive, all of these are things that keep you from being in the now. First thing is when you start getting tense. Second thing is when you start escaping, like I don't want to deal with that right now. Don't talk to me about it. Do not, you know, I'm not listening. Guilt because these are people you love. These are people that are important to me or to you or whoever, and there's guilt associated because I'm going to cut some relationships. You know, not I'm gonna do it the way that works for me, not according to the world's rules, but to me, to my rules, and to what I want to happen. Always go by what you want to happen. You cannot go wrong if you go by what you want to happen. I don't know that it will happen the way I want it to happen, but I am going to select that. That's my choice. And I choose not to be reactive to that. So I was going to, there's a page I'm looking for because I wanted you to pay attention to how you felt. Um, okay. When I say these words and I'm asking you to repeat it, I want you to repeat it, but I want you to tell me how you feel. I am worthy. Write it down how you feel. Listen to your body. Say the words, I am worthy. I don't need to see this. This is for you. How do you feel about that? I am sacred. I am sovereign. How do you feel? Write it down.
Govern.
I am sovereign.
I am what?
I am
Sovereign.
sovereign. Cannot hear you. Virginia?
Sovereign, ruling, sovereign,
Okay.
right?
So, yeah. Can you give me another word for that, Virginia?
Hmm.
I am.
I have dominion.
I have dominion. How do you feel about that? I am powerful. How do you feel about that? I am divine. Pay attention to your body. I am love. What does your body say? I am a goddess. I am freedom. I am truth. So how do you feel? I am truth. I am in integrity. I know I'm right. I am truthful
Oh,
to
what did you
myself.
just say? Oh, Angie, did you say I know I'm liked, or I know I'm light?
Does somebody know what I said?
It sounded like right. I know I am right,
Yeah, I know I am right.
which
You're
sounds
claiming to be, yeah, that's exactly
like
what I
an
said.
ego
Thank you.
statement.
Right, but I want to see how your body reacts to that. I'm not giving you affirmations. I'm giving you things to pay attention to your body. Okay, I am wrong. How do you feel? How does your
I
body
am
feel?
wrong.
I
I
am
am
wrong.
wrong.
Yes. This is speaking to your body to learn what your body has to say, how it reacts. This is an exercise in observing your body. When does it tense up? When does it react? I am compassionate. I am courage. Okay, you get the idea. When you do this, find the words. You can sit there with yourself and find out what it is you're doing. Because it will help you feel where you feel like there's a lack when your body reacts to a word. And if you have affirmations, go and before you start doing the affirmations, read them out loud and see how what your body has to contribute to that meditation. So, but your body will always react good with truth when you're speaking truth. But you have to be speaking absolute truth of you. If you are confused and you're declaring something that you're not comfortable in yourself with it, then you're not in integrity and the whole thing is going to go out the window. Okay? So I want you to close your eyes, please. Let's sit back and relax, allowing ourselves the space, the safety space from our own energy field. We have our own field, and I'm calling forth the safety within that field that we all have. See yourself enfolded in a field of safety, in a field of nurturing, loving, and compassion. A feeling of love that enfolds you, a feeling of safety that goes deep into your bones, deep into your heart. You are safe. You are enfolded by the divine. Divine is always with you, allowing peace, allowing love. We are the emanation of divine presence. Right here, right now, we are safe and secure. We're in our own place, in our own field, in our own time, allowing feelings of goodness, feelings of well-being, feelings of self-love. I am worthy of my own love. I am worthy of my own love. I am worthy to be me, and being me is more than enough. I know I am safe. I look at this world with confidence, look at this world with joy, knowing fully well that I am strong, that I am clear-minded, that I know to the I am, who I am, and how to express that which I am in truth, in integrity, allowing ourselves the luxury to have this self-love enfold us, because we are the last people we put in our lists. It is time for us, this minutes right here, this safety space is for us, allowing peace, allowing love, allowing well-being, good health, good breath, allowing restoration to every cell in our bodies, allowing renewal, regeneration, allowing peace. And I speak to you, peace, be still and know. I also want to tell you that the original Hebrew, when it says please be still, does not mean be quiet. The original translation means to let go. Let go of judgment, which is what weighs you down. Let go of judgment. All of us let go. Let it go. Let go of guilt, self-guilt, and other guilts, self-judgment, and all judgment. Letting go. Allowing ourselves to be in the presence of the Most High, in the presence of the now, in the presence of this moment, in the presence of truth and wholeness and oneness. We are enough. We are safe. We feel good. We feel good. We allow ourselves to feel good. We are safe. And so it is. I love you all. Namaste. So, now we're going into our own time. Do you want to stop the recording?